This is Goku-san DBZ, and I know that I'm a little late. This is Monday morning, filming at around 5:30 a.m. Just woke up, so yeah, there's not much you can do. But unfortunately, I have had some technical problems, and I'm still having some technical problems with my recording device. So hopefully this gets uploaded. Anywho, this is part 2 of course, my top 50 rockets. Now, as always, of course, as I mentioned, this is based on opinions from Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And as well as chose partially also the top songs from these particular artists by the amount of views of their songs here on YouTube. And also 50% of the making decision will also be based on Billboard charts for their respective time period. And of course, pretty much these songs are from the 60s to current. So also keep that in mind, limited to no more than 2 songs per artist. Here's a few honorable mentions, of course, that didn't quite make the cut for number 25 to number 1. AC/DC, Shoot the Thrill. Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive. Collective Soul, Shine. Creed, My Sacrifice. Our Lady Peace, Somewhere. As well as, well, we'll get to that. Coming in at number 25, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. Now, of course, this song is a political song, obviously. It was an anti-war song. So, yeah, it was more of a liberal political song, I guess you could say. And of course, obviously, in the mid-'80s, that Mr. President, at that time, Ronald Reagan, used that as his theme for his running against the political office. And let's just say Bruce Springsteen was not happy, since it was an anti-war song, and Mr. President did not bother to read the lyrics of the song, which are very anti-war lyrics. If you actually bother to learn the lyrics of the music you're using as your campaign music, you might want to do that, but Reagan wasn't exactly the smartest person. Just saying. Coming in at number 24, Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. Which, of course, Billy Idol was always known for putting his fist in the air and doing, I don't know how to do it, but that stupid mouth thing he did. Never quite figured that out. Why was that a signature of his? You may never know, of course. Coming in at number 23, Green Day, Basket Case. Which, of course, is their biggest hit, obviously, from that era of the 90s. Biggest hit on their most successful album, which, of course, Green Day's most successful album was their 95 album, Dookie. And Basket Case remained on the top of the charts in the mid-90s for weeks and weeks. If I remember correctly, I believe it stayed in the top 100 for something like 20 weeks. Something like that. But it definitely stayed on there for quite a long time. Though nowadays, American Idiot is very well known, which is from their second best-selling album. Their Dookie sold around 20 million copies. So, very successful, needless to say. Coming in at number 22, Living Color. and basically their only really huge hit they ever produced, which is Cult of Personality, which was a pretty decent success in the 90s. It didn't really become too well known until more the early to mid 2000s, thanks to two little games called Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And then in more recent years, 2011, they changed, of course, at that time, the professional wrestler CM Punk from this fire by, of course, obviously, Killswitch Engage to Living Color's Cult of Personality, which was suitable for his character and everything, which, of course, no longer around. I digress. Number 21, The Rolling Stones' Start Me Up, which is without a doubt probably their best well-known song. I mean, they've had multiple hits, obviously, because they're very high up there. That's one of the best-selling, one of the best-selling bands, without a doubt, of that time period. And in general, just a real big success. Definitely for I believe it was the 70s when that was a #1 hit. But, yes, it was a very good overall hit. Coming in at number 20 is the only tie on the list. ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, which is probably, obviously, one of their absolute best well-known songs. They have a pretty good hit on the radio success and Billboard chart success. And the other song, Deep Purple, and their song, Hush. Which, Deep Purple was definitely one of the earlier rock bands out. They were around in the 60s. They were sort of a cross of two things. They were, one, considered psychedelic rock. They were also considered like blues rock. Now, very different some than, say, artists like the Beatles, which have more of a pop rock sound. And they actually relate a little bit more to pretty much the first metal band, that being Black Sabbath, which did go for a little bit more of a blues sound to their music. Same thing for Deep Purple. They went for a more blues style to their rock music as well. Very much so. And they're definitely one of the more underrated, I would say, greats of rock. Coming in at number 19, The Beatles, All You Need Is Love. Love is all you need. The Beatles. What can I say that hasn't been said about the Beatles? Legendary, pretty much the first rock band ever. Yes, technically speaking, Elvis predated the Beatles, but the Beatles, on success overall, made it much higher up on the list than, say, obviously, Elvis. Though Elvis is the king of rock, and he's probably the most successful ever solo rock artist. But the Beatles are, without doubt, the most successful rock band of all time. And they are really the originators of the whole rock movement. They were the ones who started the British invasion. Really talented. Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Way more talent, and each of them had more talent than most artists of today combined. Coming in at number 18, The Guess Who. Not The Who, The Guess Who. And their well-known British rock song from the 70s, American Woman. Which is, without a shadow of doubt, definitely one of their better well-known songs overall. Definitely a great signature song for the decade. Good guitar work, and the voice was pitch perfect. for the song. There's just something awesome about that song, American Woman. Coming in at number 17, Pat Benatar, and the song Love is a Battlefield, which is definitely Pat Benatar's biggest success. I mean, for instance, based on just the views on YouTube, it's definitely a more successful song, and it's also a fan favorite. I mean, it is definitely a signature of Pat Benatar's career. She was one of what I consider the triad of leading women in rock music, really paving the way for female artists nowadays. As I said, Blondie, which was earlier on the list. Also, Pat Benatar and the duo of Heart. Coming in, number 16, The Who. Behind Blue Eyes, which of course Limp Bizkit did a cover of Behind Blue Eyes, but it doesn't come close to to The Who and the original version they did. It's a true masterpiece, and it's truly a good song. If you've never listened to Behind Blue Eyes or never listened to any Who music, check out The Who. They were definitely a signature band of the British Invasion, along with Beatles and Rolling Stones, and other earlier bands like the Monkees and others. Coming in at number 15, a song by a band I never listened to because I never was big into southern rock music, but the show Supernatural got me to check out this song, and now, thanks to Supernatural, I love this song. They play it at the end of every season of Supernatural when it says the road so far, and shows flashbacks of the entire season leading up to the final episode of the season, of course. And that song is by Kansas, and the song is called Carry On, My Wayward Son. Really, really good song. That's all I know how to put it. It's just a really solid, really good rock song. And if you've never heard Carry On My Wayward Son, I highly recommend, more than most songs on this list, I very highly recommend you check out Kansas and Carry On My Wayward Son. It's a classic rock song. Good guitar riffs, a good guitar solo, and the vocals are good as well. Coming in, number 14, definitely the most well-known song of the legendary John Lennon's career, and that being Imagine. No surprise Imagine made it this high up on the list. It's single-handedly his most influential song, very important to political music of definitely the 70s. Into 80s. Other songs like, obviously it was earlier on the list, Working Class Hero. Songs like Instant Karma, and many others. But imagine, make good points like, imagine there's a world where there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, and above us is only sky. Imagine only a brotherhood of man. And there's no need for countries. It isn't hard to do. No possessions. Imagine a world where there's no possessions. I wonder if you can. Definitely a good statement. But truly, the songs may have related pretty well to the political culture at that time. But as I've told people, a lot of his songs relate even better to the political environments of right now, today. Coming in at number 13. Kiss, I Wanna Rock and Roll All Night, which is definitely a signature of Kiss's career, and definitely of their live performances, obviously. It's definitely become a staple of their live concert performances. And all around, it's just a fun song. There's nothing really that special to the song, but It's got good, as always, it's got good, solid guitar riffs and good guitar playing overall. And Gene Simmons isn't that bad, but there's really nothing special to his voice, if yes, my opinion. Coming in at number 12, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, which is definitely a good song. And hey, I love me some John Bon Jovi. One of the few good things to come out of New Jersey. Coming in at number 11, Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child, which was definitely good. Overall, good, well done. And later on, an instrumental version of the song would become, of course, the theme for Hollywood Hulk Hogan during the NWO era in WCW. But Voodoo Child really does have great riffs done by what many people consider to be the greatest guitar player of all time, Jimi Hendrix. Though I might debate and say Slash. But Hendrix did pave the way for others. Coming in at number 10, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Great song, overall very solid, as always. And it's just really good. Bohemian Rhapsody is a really fun song to sing to. And even more so if you're singing it with friends. It's just like a special song. The thing is, it's got very interesting lyrics. And the thing is, none of us will ever know truly what the song was about. Why? Because Freddie Mercury refused to release the whole reason behind the lyrics. He wants to keep the meaning a secret. And he kept that secret going to his grave. And he was definitely a loss. I mean, he was very incredible when it came to vocals, and he gave, I would have personally loved to have seen a live performance by Queen. They're one of those bands, like once in a lifetime type opportunities to see a band like them actually live, because they were well known for putting on incredible shows. Coming in at number 9, Van Halen, Jump. Yes, their song Hoffer Teacher is also very successful and popular, but Jump is better well known when you ask most people who aren't Van Halen fans or just casual listeners to like 80s rock and stuff. Jump is probably going to be the best well-known song among the normal general public. And also was very successful on the Billboard charts. Of course, like most of these. Coming in at number 8 by the King of Rock himself, Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock. And yes, obviously his cover of the song You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog is very well known. And other songs are very well known from him. Obviously hits such as, I'm trying to remember the name now of the other, Heartbreak Hotel, which is definitely well known overall and very good and fun. And I highly recommend you listen to some Elvis. Good classic rock. Nothing beats it. And the music video is pretty awesome. And I could care less that's in black and white. Coming in at number 7 is the most downloaded song ever by, of course, an 80s band. And that band is called Journey. And it's their super motivational song, Don't Stop Believin'. Which is a good song to listen to if you're jogging and stuff and you want to picture you're in like a race or something. It's just fun doing things like that when you're listening to such good motivational, positive songs like Don't Stop Believin'. It's a good song, and Journey is a good band. and their lead vocalist had very good vocals. Definitely a good band that came from the 80s, without a doubt. And they're still around touring to this day. Coming in at number 6 is a song you had to play air guitar when you heard the song. AC/DC Back in Black, which was, of course, from their album Back in Black, which was the first album with the second lead frontman after the original, of course, passed away. Which his best one-known song was Highway of Hell, and that's about it. Most of the big hits of the band came out with their second lead vocalist. Which, to be fair, I do prefer the second over the first. Of course, it just depends who you ask. Old school or new school fans of AC/DC. Which are one of the best-selling rock bands of all time, I might add. And, in general, just enjoyable. And, yeah, Back in Black is a good, solid, hard rock song. And I highly recommend you check it out. Coming in at number 5 is from legendary band Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Now, the music video was really WTF. Effed up in the head. Because you didn't know what was going on, and you had to be on acid or something to understand the freaking videos. Like, it also showed, like, the teacher said you won't get a pudding until you eat your meat, and it shows, like, also them in, like, a trance falling into a meat grinder, and then showing coming out like ground beef. So, yeah, it was pretty messed up in the head. But the 80s was a well-known decade for WTF stuff in general. And stuff on acid. The 70s and 80s were definitely 2 decades like that. I mean, look at freaking kid shows from those time periods. 70s had Puffin stuff. 80s had Pee-wee's Playhouse. Mr. Rogers on acid. And Fraggle Rock. Muppets on acid. Need I say more? Number 4. From the arch rival band by many considered to be the arch rival band to AC/DC, Aerosmith. Which is also one of the most best sold rock bands of all time. Both AC/DC and Aerosmith have sold over 200 million records. Now that's just insane right there. That only a selected group of rock bands have made it to the 100+ million list. And of bands, Green Day's almost there. Green Day's at 90 million last time I checked. So they'll be joining that elite club soon. But Aerosmith and their song from 1972, one of their first top hits on the charts, Dream On, which is definitely a staple of their career. Very few people that like the band haven't listened to that incredible music. It's just really good overall. And very enjoyable. And of course it was also in the redone version of Dead or Alive 2 called Dead or Alive Ultimate Volume 2, exclusively on the original Xbox, of course. Just a good song overall. I highly recommend you, of course, listen to Aerosmith if you haven't already. Number 3, a hard rock band from the 80s, Guns N' Roses, and their song Welcome to the Jungle, which of course would definitely showcase Axl Rose's vocals at that time, how good he was on the mic. And also, of course, would help showcase the great riffs and guitar style of Slash, which is considered by most to be one of the top greatest guitarists of all time. Up there with Jimi Hendrix and others, and of course Jimmy Page. But Welcome to the Jungle is a true classic hard rock song of the 80s. And from the second best-selling rock album of all time, I believe. which was the debut album of Guns N' Roses. Number 1 was Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Band by the Beatles. Coming in at number 2, the staple of the legendary band Led Zeppelin, and their very well-known masterpiece song from the 70s called Stairway to Heaven. Truly great classic rock song. There are very few songs that can really showcase the great rock of the 70s other than Led Zeppelin's song Stairway to Heaven. And of course showcase Jimmy Page's great guitar playing. Now let's do a quick rewind up to number 1. Number 50 was Nickelback, How You Remind Me. Number 49, John Lennon, Working Class Hero. Number 48, Green Day, American Idiot. Number 47, Alter Bridge, Blackbird. Number 46, Pearl Jam, Even Flow. Number 45, The Smiths, How Soon Is Now. Number 44, Creed, Higher. Number 43, Papa Roach, Between Angels and Insects. Number 42, Bon Jovi, It's My Life. Number 41, Weak and Powerless by, of course, A Perfect Circle. Number 40, Highway to Hell, AC/DC. Number 39, Robert Palmer's Simply Irresistible. Number 38, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Number 37, Blondie, One Way or Another. Number 36, White Snake, Here I Go Again. Number 35, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. Number 34, Linkin Park, In the End. Number 33, Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It. Number 32, The Cure, Disintegration. Number 31, Aerosmith, Walk This Way. Number 30, Queen, We Are the Champions. Number 29, U2, Where Streets Have No Name. Number 28, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Number 27, Godsmack, Voodoo. Number 26, Sweet Child, Oh Mine. Number 25, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. Number 24, Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. Number 23, Green Day, Basket Case. Number 22, Living Color, Cult of Personality. Number 21, Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. Number 20, which was a tie between ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man and Deep Purple, Hush. Number 19, The Beatles, All You Need Is Love. Number 18, The Guess Who, American Woman. Number 17, Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield. Number 16, The Who, Behind Blue Eyes. Number 15, Kansas, Carry On, My Wayward Son. Number 14, John Lennon, Imagine. Number 13, Kiss, I Want to Rock and Roll All Night. Number 12, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Number 11, Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child. Number 10, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Number 9, Van Halen, Jump. Number 8, Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock. Number 7, Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. Number 6, AC/DC, Back in Black. Number 5, Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Number 4, Aerosmith, Dream On. Number 3, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. Number 2, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. And number 1 of the top 50 rock hits, The Beatles, Hey Jude. Was there any doubt that Hey Jude will make the top of the list? It's the signature song of the basically Starter's first rock band of all time, and also paved the way for many artists of the future, and started basically the British invasion of American music. And on top of that, Hey Jude is a staple. It is definitely the best well-known song by the Beatles, and Paul McCartney still performs the song to this day in almost every one of his solo concerts. So that says something about the song, and when an entire football stadium still sings along to Hey Jude, that says something. It's woven into world culture, not just British culture, not just American music culture, but the world music culture as a whole. The Beatles is simply super important to rock music. Some people can deny it, but in the end, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the influence on pop culture the Beatles had. And of course, as always, this is Goku-san DBZ signing out. I hope you all enjoyed this top, and I'm going to be doing a special top 12 list this week since I'm on vacation. I'll have more time to work on stuff. I'm working on some new comic book reviews, so stay tuned for that, and possibly a game review or something. And also, I'm going to be doing a special top 12 list for the top 12 favorite metal albums. So stay tuned for that since I did top. And next Sunday will be the first part of a special new top 50 list. The top 50 pop songs. And of course, they'll be based on the exact same way as this, but it's going to be based on the American Billboard charts, European Billboard charts like this, but also Asian Billboard charts. So there will be a few Asian artists on that list. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, as always, this is Goku-san, DBC. Peace out. Hopefully someday we do. And, of course, I hope you all have a good week and have a good rest of the autumn and a good Halloween at the end of this month. And also follow me at twitter.com/GokuSunDBC, and please leave a comment below and subscribe and let us know about my channel and give me ideas for future top 12 lists or special 2-parter top 50 lists. And I'll see you next time here